Thank you for tuning in. I'm Baron Aragni.
And I'm Baroness Aragni, and this is Provident Vox, where we discuss many different aspects of the occult and magic, but without the bullshit. We know that it has been actually a couple of years since last we uploaded any new episodes or had anything to do with Provident Vox, and after that silence of ours, we decided that it's time to reanimate Provident Vox.
Indeed, it was a long sabbatical. A lot of things happened since then. However, we are committed to this series, or the second season, and all seasons following after this one.
So, welcome to Season 2, Episode 1.
Angels and Demons.
Explorers in the further regions of experience, demons to some, angels to others. We have such sights to show you. We'll tear your soul apart.
We want you to keep in mind throughout the entirety of this particular episode that whenever we speak or use the term angel, we are referring to something external from you and something which is not internal or archetypal or anything like that. And likewise, when we use the word demon, okay, we're not talking about any internal hierarchies right now. We're talking about it in an external from you perspective.
Yeah. In short, it will be external, sentient, independent beings.
So keep that in mind. Let's start off with a question. What is the difference between angels and demons? We're going to give you a couple of seconds to think about your answer on this. So you probably have your answer to that, and sorry to say, but if your answer had anything to do with no, angels are light and demons are dark, or angels are good and demons are evil, or anything like that, you are wrong, actually.
Indeed. On the surface, they might seem different from one another, significantly so. However, that is far from the truth. Let's take a closer look at angels, first and foremost. And then we'll go to the next one, demons. We'll dissect it a bit for you, and in turn you might or may not learn something new on the subject matter. We personally do not use the word angels. Why? Is because there's a lot of misconceptions tied to the word itself, so we tend to refer to them as celestials.
But to keep this simple and plain, in this episode we will refer to them as angels. Now, when people hear that word, angels, immediately images come to their minds of these beings bathed in light and gold, and they are beautiful and serene and peaceful and loving and caring and kind. Religion, well, let's just say the modern iterations or the contemporary iterations of religion does have a bit of a hand in that, but primarily the media and popular culture and so on painted angels in this way, and it is very difficult for people to actually see past that.
Yeah. If you look at movies like Prophecy, etc. and so on, then you will see that they are depicted as these beautiful men with these wings, looking all mysterious, romantic and sexy. But in fact, it's far from the truth. When we take a look at sacred Hebrew text in regards to the appearances of angels, it is quite the contrary to what the popular media and movies and so on will depict.
Take, for example, the cherubim. Okay, this is supposedly the cherubs that people would think about. You know, the little, what's that thing called?
Cupid,
yeah, like little cupids. You know, they're fat, chubby, happy little babies with blonde hair that makes you fall in love, right? No, the cherubim is one of many hierarchies of angels, actually, And they are depicted not as fat little babies, sorry to say, but fierce. They are fire with 4 different faces, each fierce.
Indeed. And in the book of Enoch, or one of the books of Enoch, Samael, this is not Samael as in the left-handed Samael, but Samael, the accuser, which stands at the throne of God, he is depicted as this terrible, frightful creature which has wings with multiple eyes upon it and all across his body.
And in fact, when the poor guy saw this vision of Samael looking like that, he was terrified. He was petrified. He asked his guide, Metatron, who is that? What is that? I don't understand. And he said, no, that's Samael,
Yeah, indeed. So the picture is painted in reality, or well, according to sacred texts and religious mythology, is completely different from what the average mundane person might think an angel looks like. There's many accounts in the sacred Hebrew texts where an individual, when they beheld an angel, they fell down like one that is dead, out of shock and fear. Some even started worshipping them as deities.
And as if that is not enough, then you may say, okay, you're not a complete novice, okay? You know that angels, as they are depicted in popular culture, is not accurate to, shall we call it, the mythology.
Yeah.
And the hierarchies of different angels, right? You can say that. But then you might say, okay, but their acts, what they do and do not do, what they partake in and not, that is what divides angels from demons. But again, that is incorrect.
Yeah. It's also written that angels, they tend to kill thousands upon thousands of people. Even the firstborn of the Egyptians, an angel turned Lot's wife into a pillar of salt, and so on and so forth. They can kill the innocent, the righteous, irrelevant of who they are. They can heal also, the opposite of that. Remember, we've divided them into 2 groups, mercy and severity. So as there is severity, there's mercy also. They can bless, they can heal, they can counsel, and so on.
So basically, in the context of mercy and severity, which we have discussed in our book Magus Volume 1, they can basically do anything, okay? They can destroy, they can heal, and so on, as just mentioned. So then, over to demons. If you think that demons are these flame-covered abominations from the pits of hell, and they only destroy and rend and tear apart everything that is in front of them, then you are probably a cosplayer or something.
Indeed, demons are not as you would think they are. Referring back to some of the sacred texts again, there's a clear distinction made between angels, demons, unclean spirits, and evil spirits. So not all of these are classed as demons, only demons are classed as demons.
A note about that, then you can try to be a smartass and say, okay, but they just use the different terms, but they're talking about the same thing. And so, okay, then why do they have different terms if they are talking about the same thing? Don't try to read too much into something. Don't try to adapt the things to suit whatever purpose you have. There is a differentiation between them for a reason.
Exactly. So a lot of people are under false misconceptions, even in the left-hand path, especially the left-hand path, that fallen angels, watchers or fallen angels, they are demons, and that evil spirits are demons, and unclean spirits are demons, and even some of the monotheistic belief systems are under that that misconception regarding demons. They just class everything as demons.
So stop us if this sounds familiar. We once again make a nod to popular culture, where in horror movies there's shit is flying all over the place. Knives are thrown, plates are thrown, furniture gets stacked upon itself and each other, and all that absolute drama. And then the experts come in, no, it's a demonic infestation. Yeah, that's totally what that is. No. Apart from the obvious that, demons don't fucking throw cutlery around, okay? It's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I mean, just sit there and think about that for a couple of seconds, okay? No, that is not demonic infestation. That's not even demons.
Nonetheless, demons are more subtle. They might be forceful at times, but yet they always use subtle currents in order to make their works manifest.
What we like to use in regards to the symbology of demons is serpents.
Yeah, indeed.
Because just like a snake, a serpent, they will test, they will watch, and so on and so forth. And just like that, or just like a serpent, use subtle currents. So, are demons outright destroyers? Many of you might actually think they are. And yet again, this is also a great issue with the LHP, the left-hand paths. No, demons destroy. No. As with angels, demons are also, or you can technically see them in the same context as mercy and severity. Just as they can destroy, they can create. Just as they can curse, they can lift curses, and so on.
Exactly. Everything angels can do, demons can do, and everything demons can do, angels can do also.
So the only technical difference between them is the nuances, how they would approach the matter, how they will manifest the outcome, what form the outcome will take.
You must understand, everything in existence consists of two types of energy forms. It is light and dark. So you can say everything consists of mercy and severity. So it is with demons. They have those two aspects, mercy and severity. So does angels, mercy and severity. So do you have mercy and severity and everything else? When we look at the Asian practices, let's just say Taoism, they believe that energy, qi, consists of two forms, yin and yang, which makes up, qi, energy. So the law of correspondence comes into place as it is there, so it will be with everything else. Keep this in mind.
But when we are talking about the division, as it were, between light and dark, we are not dividing angels and demons, saying angels are light and demons are dark, or angels are mercy and demons are severity. No. Them in and of themselves are divided as such.
Exactly. The two of them forms part of the whole, nonetheless.
Many people, if we have to be honest here, many people enter the world of the occult arts and magic from a religious background or history. So, of course, there's a preconceived bias that one may have towards angels or demons. Either you enter the right-hand path practices and know demons are bad and evil and you must avoid them at all costs, and you must only work with angels because they're good and pure and all that. And then, of course, the opposite is also true. You might be so averse to your previous religious beliefs, so angry, against it, that you will start to see angels as the ones that is bad and evil and deceptive and so on, and demons now are good and pure and saviors and so on. It is the biggest limiter and the biggest mistake you can make yourself in your own practices is to view things through a lens of biased perception.
Exactly. We have already established that angels can do what demons can do, and demons can do what angels can do. Now, we have personally destroyed so-called righteous people using watchers or angels, destroyed them and their families.
Mm-hmm.
And we have blessed families and people and individuals using demons. And so it just depends on what you want to use it for. But what the left hand can do, the right hand can do also. And what the right hand can do, the left hand can also do.
To illustrate this for you in a very stupid little example, look at yourself. Whatever you're doing, just stop. Lift your hands up before your face. Okay, just look at yourself. Look at your left hand now. Now look at your right hand. And would you look at that? Wow, it is a miracle. Both your left hand and your right hand is joined to you. The whole,
exactly.
The source.
To the same body.
To the same body. Okay? So the outright division between left hand and right hand that says, no, if you are a left hand path practitioner, you are absolutely forbidden to work with angels, or if you are a right hand path practitioner, that you are absolutely forbidden to work with demons. Yeah, that's not exactly accurate nor true. It is bias. It is a perceptual F-up.
Yeah. So if anybody has ever taught you that, or if you've read that in any book, whoever wrote that doesn't know anything about magic and the occult, and they're misleading you.
Because we can say without a doubt that if you have spent any significant amount of time working with either angels or demons, what we are telling you right now ought to not be a surprise to you at all. Angels are not these peace-loving, hippie weirdos, okay? And demons are not this all-destructive, all-enraged, defiant abominations.
Guys, you must really try to remember this and to practice this as well. The following is that the occult, when I say the occult, and when we say the occult, we mean magic and all practices falling under the occult. It's not about religious beliefs. It has nothing to do with it. And anybody who wants to make it religious belief is false, and they're misleading you. So the occult is about will, perception, and how to make those things manifest within your life. Power is power, irrelevant of the source. Whether you use the left hand or the right hand, it doesn't matter. It's one and the same thing as long as it achieves results consecutively. You can use angels or demons, neither or both. It's simply up to you.
But regardless what you choose, don't pull your nose up thinking, no, the left-hand path is superior to the right hand, or the right-hand path is superior to the left hand, because you're being an idiot.
Neither path is superior to the other because both were fabricated by humans. Remember that. The extension of the self.
Doesn't that just sting? We will use ourselves as an example right now. We are indisputably known for our works in the left-hand path. The grimoires we have written, even the services that we offer, we are known for our darker works. We just are, okay? But, okay, now you have us, with our darker works and everything, and we won't lie, we have a particular soft spot for darker currents. We do, we're not going to lie about that. Yet we work with angels as well.
Yeah, not just fallen angels, but
all
angels.
of them, okay?
Like Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and many others.
What a absolute mind-blowing revelation that you can in fact work with both angels and demons. So I don't know about you, but we're not destroyed yet, are we? We didn't, burst into flames and die a most horrible death, or we weren't torn to pieces by invisible ravenous things. We are sitting here recording this podcast for you guys, and we're actually just fine. So, gee, it looks like what we're saying may actually be true.
Exactly. This spirit world is about power. So if you have power, and you've grown your power, then you'll have the authority and the means to work with any entity in existence.
We can actually guarantee you that, all right? But here comes the sticky business that I honestly think that some of you already know this, in your very beings, you know this, but you like to skim past this because this is the inconvenient part about it. How do you get power? How do you get spiritual power? You fucking work at it.
Yeah, you practice the occult arts and practice and continuously practice. And it doesn't matter if you just speak an incantation or cast a spell and so on and so forth. You grow your spiritual power and authority through that automatically. It's a transmutation.
What it is not is reading a couple of blog posts and leaving it, or having discussions online or flame wars online with people about which force is more powerful between these two or whatever. No, that is not how you get fucking spiritual power.
Yeah, and neither will you get it by buying an occult book, reading through the book and becoming hyped up, and now you think you have occult power. No.
No.
You won't have a spiritual power. That way you will never achieve it.
And that is a thing. Most people, you want spiritual power. You want that authority. You want to be able to wield your will and do whatever you want, basically, right? You want that. You want that. Many people want that. But not a lot of people is willing to actually put the work in it. This is also why when, as a complete novice, and you then speak to, or you call forth to speak to an angel, why they would look at you with contempt and coldness. By the way, they do that. Okay? That is why when you call upon a demon, they may weigh and measure you and find you wanting. It is not this or that, or it's not, no, it's a demon, it's just being a demon, or no, it's an angel, it's just being an angel. No. They see right through you. If you're trying to take shortcuts, if you're trying to, or if you're just hyped up just for a week or something, just to drop it again, as soon as you realize that there's actual work involved, yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, don't jump from paradigm to paradigm. That's the worst thing you can do. If you cannot associate with something that you're practicing, don't practice it. Then practice something that you can associate with and see it through to the end. Build on it, master that path, and once you've mastered it, you move on to the next.
But here's the catch, okay? You won't know if you can associate with something unless you've actually tried to work with it. You cannot sit there and, I don't think I can actually associate with angels, so I'm just going to cut out all of those paradigms and practices that involve them. But you haven't even fucking tried speaking to them, okay? Because that initial, I don't think I can associate with them, be it angels or demons or whatever it is, that may be from a bias that you have. So try it, see it, and then you can say, out of experience, if you can associate with something or not.
But remember, just as we are individuals, so demons are individuals and angels are individuals. They've got their own principality and power, their own nature and characters. And thusly, you cannot even say that you cannot associate it because you worked with 1 or 5 demons because they are different personalities, or you've worked with 1 or 5 angels because they even are different personalities and different functions and so on.
Exactly. So you call up a demon and you're like, nah, I don't know, I don't like this, let me do something else. You don't even know the current that you are working with. You do not even know it well enough to have an opinion on it yet.
Indeed. Now, early on we mentioned sacred texts, such as, well, we didn't make mention of names or anything, but let's name a couple of texts. Well, the Book of Enoch. Let's look at the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Tanakh.
The various books of the Apocrypha.
Yeah, there's so many of them. And all these texts, these sacred texts, you'd be surprised how many hidden names of demons and angels lies within those texts.
Indeed, you would be, because here is something very fundamental that you must know and what you must remember whenever you encounter anything regarding Christianity or Judaism or even Islam, but we are going to speak Christianity and Judaism, okay? Anything regarding the Abrahamic religions, this you must get in your head and you must remember it. Even if we speak about it, you must remember what I'm about to say, what we're about to say right now. It is Gnostic. Okay? They are not talking about a bearded guy in the sky that you must worship and cut off foreskins and shit, or you're going to be damned for eternity. No, it's not. It is Gnostic. All of the books of the Apocrypha, especially the Dead Sea Scrolls, the books of Enoch, they are treasure troves.
Exactly. If we look at the book of the Tanakh, it was created by Hebrew mystics. Yes, created. And what walks hand in hand with that obviously would be the Aleph Beth, the Hebrew alphabet. The Tanakh, especially the Tanakh, is probably the greatest book on magic ever written, because it holds hidden instruction, words of power, names of beings, and so much, much more, if you know where to look. And if you know how to interpret those sacred texts, it's truly a treasure trove.
Yeah, we actually spoke about that amongst ourselves just the other day, that it is probably one of the best books on magic
Ever written, yeah.
ever written. It is brilliant. And yes, I can practically feel some of you like pull up your noses and sneering, how could we say such a thing? And so, yeah, we can say that because we are not tourists, okay? That's how.
We have the knowledge and the experience to back that up.
And if you work hard at growing your spiritual power, developing your spiritual power, growing your knowledge, then you too will likely agree with us.
Most definitely. In a later episode, we might discuss more on demons, more specifically on the subject matter of demons and on the subject matter of angels itself, and delve into it, and so on and so forth.
But all you need to know for now is simply what we have said. The difference between angels and demons is that there is no difference. What the one group can do, the other one can do just as well. The one is not superior above the other. One is not more light and the other one is not more dark. One is not more fierce and the other one more peaceful. It breaks even.
Yeah, you have to seriously deprogram yourself from that dichotomy.
That is really important.
And I think that concludes this episode.
Yeah, if any of our episodes seem a bit all over the place, it is because this is unscripted. So we choose a subject and then we just talk. So if it seems like we jump back and forth sometimes, well, that's just how it is.
Yeah, it is it is where it's at.
Anyway, thank you all for tuning in to this first episode of Season 2 of Provident Vox.
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. If you enjoyed it and if you would like to listen to more episodes and just be kept updated with all future episodes and uploads by us, please, we don't know on what platform you're listening to this through, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, we have no idea. But like, subscribe, follow, depending on the platform you are on. And also, we now have a Patreon channel as well under Arachne Arcane Services. We are, of course, Baron and Baronessa Arachne from Arachne Arcane Services, and Provident Vox is just our podcast, but just a reminder.
Ding, ding, ding.
And always remember, as above, so below.
As within, so without.